I met the man I was supposed to marry on a bus. 1 month before our wedding, he died. My name is Sadio. I was born and raised in Kismayo. And on the day I felt my home to start in your life abroad, I didn't know that journey would also give me the deepest love of my life and the most painful loss I would ever carry. At the Somali Star bus station, surrounded by tears and prayers, I stepped into that bus, and that was where my real history began. Hey guys, if you are new to here, please hit the subscribe button, share and like. Thank you. Let's start. My name is Sadio. I was born and raised in Kismayo, in the Alanley neighborhood, a place filled with familiar faces, warm evenings, and dreams that always felt far away. I was a girl who loved education, who believed that life could be bigger than the streets I grew up on. One day, my brother who lived in Sweden called my parents. He told them it was time for me to leave, to travel to Nairobi first, and then if Allah willed, to Sweden, a new life. My father Hassan sat me down and spoke gently. Sadio, he said, soon you will travel to Kenya, after that to Sweden. I nodded, but my heart was heavy. On the morning of my departure, I arrived at the Somali Star bus station. My mother Zahra could not stop crying. She held my face in her hands, with whispered through her tears. My daughter, may Allah protect you. Sleep among good people, wherever you go, she said. When the bus finally left Kismayo, I looked out the window until my city disappeared behind dust and distance. I didn't know it then, but I had already begun walking toward a love that will never reach its ending. Inside the bus, I met a young man named Liban. He was calm, polite, and quiet in a way that made people feel safe. From the first moment, he treated me with respect throughout the long journey. He looked out for me, helping me when we stopped, making sure I ate, sitting nearby without ever crossing a boundary. We talked like two people who felt strangely familiar to each other. When we finally reached to Nairobi, I called my uncle to come and pick me up. As I prepared to leave, Iban looked at me and asked softly, Sadio, is our connection meant to end with this journey? That question stayed with me longer after I walked away. 3 days later, he called me. I invited him to visit, and when I saw him again, standing there with his younger brother, my heart spoke before my mind could stop it. Sadio, it whispered, you love this man. From that day on, we talked constantly. Liban became my happiness, my peace, my laughter. He listened when I was tired, comforted me when I worried, and always treated me with dignity. One day, I told him how overwhelmed I felt, how worry and bed made me feel close to death. For the first time, I heard his voice break. Then he said something that changed everything. Sister, today I found out I have a liver cancer. In one moment, the future I had begun to imagine collapsed. The world that had felt bright suddenly went dark. But I did not leave him. Instead, I told him the truth of my heart. If Allah grants me you, I want you, I said. If you are healthy, I want you. If you are sick, I will stay by your side. I told him I loved him, that I wanted to marry him, that if Allah blessed us with children, I wanted them to be his. He cried and cried, and in the end he agreed. Our families gave their approval. We began preparing for our wedding. For the first time, hope returned, fragile but alive. One evening, Liban came to see me before HOD. My dear, he said, tomorrow I am going to see a religious healer near Nairobi. Perhaps Allah will grant me healing. He tried to joke, hiding the sadness in his eyes. If I don't find a peace or appetite there, he said softly, I will come straight back to you if Allah wills. Before leaving, he kissed my hand and said words that still echo in my heart. Our wedding is in 1 month. I ask Allah to guarantee me a son born from you. The next morning he left. I prayed for him constantly. I begged Allah for mercy, for healing, for time. 2 days later, I was told his condition had worsened. That night he called me. His voice was weak, his breathing heavy. Sadio, my love, I miss you so much. I want to see you soon. Those were the last words I ever heard from him. The next morning, at 9 o'clock, the message arrived. Liban has passed away. In that moment, the ground beneath me disappeared. The sky fell into my chest. The world that had given me light took it all back in a single second. 1 month later, my brother asked me to continue my journey to Sweden, but I had already made my decision. I returned to Kismayo, not as a girl who had left, but as someone changed forever. Liban left a mark on my heart that cannot erase. His kindness, his respect, his words, the love that never reached marriage yet never ended. And I prayed to Allah, Liban, may Allah guarantee you Jannatul Firdaus. And when my time comes, O Allah, do not make me someone who forgets him, but someone who meets him again.